The Network of African National Human Rights Institutions has launched the status of transgender and intersex persons in selected African states ahead of the 81st Ordinary Session of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights to be held in Gambia. The conference was anchored on the theme, the role of African national human rights institutions in strengthening accountability, promotion and protection of human rights in Africa. The report sheds light on the challenges and triumphs of transgender and intersex persons and movements in Africa, illuminating the human face of legal protections and acceptance pierced together in African and international human rights frameworks. Comprising of 47 African national human rights institutions, the Network of African National Human Rights Institutions is responsible for the promotion and protection of human rights within their respective jurisdictions by handling complaints, conducting investigations, research, advocacy, and educational programs, all in line with the Paris Principles. The chairperson of the Network of African National Human Rights Institutions elucidates the genesis of the report.
This report came out of gaps that were found during the SOGI implementation. It is in building the capacity of national human rights institutions that we realized that even those who are supposed to protect these vulnerable groups, their own capacity in that area was very, very low. So the research is supposed to come and fill the gaps, capacitate NHRIs, capacitate CSOs, policymakers, in fact, everybody, because this has been a hidden secret in the open. Now it is going to be outdoored, so we can all have access to the information which certain people gave liberally of themselves.
One of the commissioners underscores the importance of the report.
For me, I see this as a clear indication, as provided for in the Agenda 2063, that indeed the Africa we want intends to leave no one behind. And as national human rights institutions, we have a responsibility to raise awareness. It is clear that everyone has rights, so it is necessary for us to go back to our commissions and see how we can also embrace categories of people that come to the commission within this group.
The chairperson of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, Dr. Joseph, speaks at the conference, and this is what he has to say.
We are intersexual. It's not a matter of choice. We are intersexual. We have not done what we call a surgery. We have not undergone any surgical operation. Myself, I was an intersexual. My physical appearance is different, and that in my internal body, I know that the prominent sex is the feminine sex, and that I am attractive to men, even that my physical appearance is feminine. When you see me, you think I'm a man without knowing that I'm a homosexual.
Ntuduzo Zomo, a participant, emphasizes the significance of the report on the status of transgender and intersex individuals in selected African states for their advocacy efforts.
Constantly, we're getting the same question wherever you travel. Where is the research when you talk about intersex and trans persons within Africa? The research is here. Where are the lived stories of the so-called people that you claim exist in Africa that are trans and intersex? Their stories are also here. I want each and every person to use this as a tool for you to understand the lived realities of intersex and trans persons within Africa, and for you to understand the legal reforms that have taken place and the gaps that exist. And I'm very excited that such a document exists today, or such a booklet exists today, for us to be able to utilize in our different corners of Africa where we work and where we do our advocacy work.
The report aims to foster a comprehensive understanding of the gender identity and sexual characteristics, challenge discriminatory practices, and probe the strategic advocacy for inclusive, legal, institutional advocacy and societal policies, and frameworks that uphold dignity and rights of all persons. Network of African National Human Rights Institutions envisions the continent with effective national human rights institutions, contributing to an enhanced human rights culture and justice for every African. Reporting for the FAT Network, Mama Eture.